FXB Climate Advocates here. How are you?
Hello.
Yes, now we can hear you.
Guys.
So let me see. What am I missing? Oh.
Hey, Karina. Hey, Sasha. Olivia. Leonie. Raul. Doctora. Carol. Hey, guys. How you doing, Komal?
Hi, sir.
Hi, how are you? Hey. I hope everyone's doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing well. And you?
Super, thank you.
Okay, excellent.
How's everyone else? Doing okay? Great. Okay, I think we're waiting for a few more to join us. And,
we're waiting for 2 more
great to have
FXB
you.
Climate Advocates.
So good to see you guys. Congratulations, you guys. Fantastic. Karina, I hope you're well.
Thank you. Yeah, we're just waiting for 2 more
Yes.
teams to join.
Sure. Sam, where are you? Welcome. Sam, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Super. Hey, Sam. Good to see you. You're a little faint, I think, Sam. No, not really. Yeah, I think it's getting better. Hey, Carol. Sam, does your video work?
It's dark here, it's dark, that's why.
Cool, we can hear you, Sam. Welcome to everyone.
Thank you.
So good to see you guys. And I think we're almost there, right? Camila and Gabby and Summer are still waiting. Okay, well, anyway, just wanted to first off welcome everybody who's here already, and thank you for being here. I hope you're well. In each of the respective locations you're based in, I know we have a little bit of a mix, and that was really what we'd hoped for. So thank you all so much. I think we can see Summer's trying to I hope you guys are gonna really.
There's a terrible like noise when you're speaking. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, Sam. Yeah, cool. Has it gone?
Now it's gone.
It's better now?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, that's right. Okay, cool. Thank you. Hey, Summer. What's up? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Yeah, great to see you too. Thank you guys for being here. I think, okay, let me go. Wait a minute. 2 more people here. All right. We got Nicholas and we got Camila. And I think we're only waiting on Gabby.
1 person, Ben, and he'll be joining soon, so we can start. His Zoom is just updating for some reason.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Great to see you. Welcome. Just wanted to first off start by saying a big hi, a big welcome. Good to see you guys. Camila, good to see you. Hey. Great. All right. Well, we're gonna have fun. I know we're waiting on a couple more people, but we should get started. And I just wanted to say for anyone who might not be muted when we're not speaking, we might just mute only because we want to make sure we keep we want the background noise out to be able to support conversation. So I just thought I'd mention that. It's here we go. Yeah, looks good. I think we got Vanessa.
Hey, oh, sorry.
And
Yes, sorry I'm late.
Hey,
We're all here from FXB.
no problem.
Thank you.
Right on time. Thank you so much for joining. Great to see you. And I think we may have one more person, unless she's having a little trouble, but she'll join us. So first off, let's get started. Great to have you. Great to see you. Big welcome to the BOP and FXB family of climate advocates. Great to see all of you. And I hope you all are happy and healthy in your home and safe in your homes, wherever you are. I know we have a mix of geographies. Wanted to say that we welcome you as BOP, the BOP movement, where BOP stands for Protect Our Planet, and FXB-USA. We're delighted. To just get us started, we thought we'll spend a minute telling you who we are. So my name is Ash, and we've got Karina, and we've also got Dr. Norma. We got Vanessa, Komal, Drisha from part of the POP family here and the FXB family. So the POP movement is a movement where we're focused on working with young people in different parts of the world, literally around the world, focused on really getting young people like you to start taking action on issues of climate change. A lot of that is really founded on education, and that education is knowledge, which is climate science. So what we do is we conduct capacity building workshops, we conduct festivals, we conduct a whole range of activities where young people come together. They not only sort of learn more about climate change and science, but very importantly, what they can do about it. And so we have young people, and I know some of you guys are already here, doing some incredible things on issues of climate change. And then we also network. We get to know each other, and we strengthen our work together as a movement. So this is part of that, and I just want to say it's such a pleasure and honor to get to see you guys and work with FXB, which is a great leader, a strong one around the world, and in particular for this work in New York. And I know we have a lot of folks from New York here, so I just want to say how great this is. Karina, if you wanted to just say a few words on FXB, it's so good to learn a little bit more as we go around then and get to know each other. So over to you, Karina, and we can then start introducing ourselves to the rest.
Sure. Thank you, Ash. Thank you for this warm welcome. I've had the privilege to meet Ash and some of the POP family, but today I'll get to meet some more. So it's really exciting. And it's really great for FXB to partner with an organization like POP Movement, with our shared mission, and really just a warm, powerful network of climate advocates and people really committed to the cause. And we know that we can accomplish a lot more together than individually. So, and of course, our work like at FXB and also for the POP movement is really to enable and to provide access to young people like yourselves to elevate your voices, your work, your advocacy, so you can be effective and really ensure the kind of thing you deserve. Like we're here to serve you in a way. So we're really excited. So that's FXB, and we're happy to have 5 FXB Climate Advocates here representing a group of 15 high school students, and they'll take back the discussion and the learning to the larger group and engage the other members as well in some of the projects that will hopefully come out today. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you, Ash.
Thank you so much, Karina. That's great, and likewise, it's just such a great honor, and we're humbled to have this opportunity to get to meet with everyone that FXB has brought here, and also for the opportunity to work together. And thank you, each one of you. And now you're the FXB POP family. We're delighted to have you here. Thank you all. And what we wanted to do was actually let's just get to know each other. So if I could ask us to kind of go around the room, and I'm gonna ask you to say your name, tell us where you're based in terms of which part of the world you're speaking to us from, and tell us 2 things. The first thing we want to ask you to do is think for a few seconds, what is the one thing today that you feel proud of? okay, in your life. It could be whatever. It could be what you do. It could be who you are, where you are, or whatever it is. So, you know, it's really important. We get to know each other, but very important that there is no right or wrong. There's no judgment. We just want to get to know you. Tell us a little bit about what it is you feel proud of. And I'm going to start, and I'm going to show you 3 things that I have lying on my desk, and I want you to do the same, please. All right. So, so here goes. My name is Ash. I'm super proud this moment to be together with you guys. Really, honestly, this is a big moment we've been waiting for a while, and we're excited because we see today as a start of something much bigger. And what have I got on my desk? I know this is crazy. So I've got let me see. Okay, I've got a phone. Yeah, okay, I got this phone. Then I got another phone. I don't know if it's showing up properly, but here we go. I'm trying to show you. Yeah, okay. And then I got, so that says a lot about me. I got phone after phone. And then I got this pen. All right. So this is what I got lying on my desk. And so that's just a little bit about me right now. Thank you guys. So let's move on. I'm gonna ask Camila, could you tell us who you are? Hey, welcome. Tell us where you are. I'm by the way otherwise based in New York, but currently in New Delhi. So that's where I am. And on to you, and then we're gonna go around and spend a minute with everybody.
Great, fantastic. Thank you, Ash. Hi everyone. It's really nice to meet you, and some of you I've already met, so it's nice to see you again. I hope everyone is doing fine, safe, and that all your friends and family are safe as well. So my name is Camilla. I am 16 years old, and I am based in my beautiful Mexico City. I've been in climate activism for just a bit more than a year. I'm really proud of what I've accomplished, not because of what I've actually done, but because of how people now understand activism. That is, at least in my country, it's not seen as something good. It's somewhat quite controversial. However, nowadays, especially with the Fridays for Future movement, now people don't see activism as so controversial. Now it's much more open. The community is much more welcoming, and I think that's wonderful, because I was in those pioneers that started the kind of changing that mindset issue. And so 3 things on my desk. That's what I have to do. Okay, 3 things on my desk. Let's start.
And one thing that you feel proud of also, please.
I feel proud of, what do I feel proud of? I feel proud of, more than my friends, the people I've met, I feel proud of the growth I've experienced this past year. And just in a really general context that has made me get out of a really dark place. I have been there for some time now, and it has helped me grow in a way that I could not have thought before. So that's me, and thank you for listening. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Likewise, Camilla, thank you so much. And we first off want to say thank you for sharing, and let us have a quick look at 3 things on your desk where you're surrounded.
All right. My desk is full of books and stuff because I've been here stuck in my room for school for the last month. But well, I have my phone here. It's quite simple. What also do I have? I have a pen. I love taking notes here. And I have a plant. And this is what's on my desk. Just a couple things, because that will take an hour. Thank you.
Thank you. That's great. Thank you. And really appreciate your sharing, Camila. Thank you very much. And stay safe and be happy. And I'm going to move on to Nicholas. Great to have you here. Love to get to know a little bit more. Tell us where you're at. Hope you're well, and love to.
Okay, my name is Nicholas. I'm from New York, like it sounds like you are as well. Right now I'm in Washington, Connecticut, up at my grandparents' house, and yeah. What's the next on the list? What I'm proud of?
Yes, please. Yes, please, Nicholas.
Um, well, as far as this organization goes, I've helped grow it with the help of Karina. So that's an accomplishment which I can be proud of.
That's fantastic. Nicholas, thank you very much for sharing that. We appreciate it so much. Show us a couple of things that lie around you, 3 of them, please. Just whatever you have, probably a laptop or whatever you're using, I can see. Tell us what you got.
I have some old photos, right?
Very cool, very cool.
And a little clock.
All right, and you got one more thing you can share?
That.
Cool, very nice. Thank you, Nicholas. Good to see you, and so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Terrific. Benjamin, on to you, please.
Yes, so my name is Ben. I'm based in New York with the FXB Climate Advocates. One thing I'm proud of this year is just how much the climate warriors have grown. We have almost 20 members now, so that's pretty cool. And some 3 things I have on my desk. I have this bike lubricant, which I use pretty often,
Okay.
pretty handy.
Okay.
I have this pin that I like. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Yeah.
I have this book that I've been trying to read. That's pretty much it.
Very cool. Hey, Ben, thank you. That's terrific. Good to meet you.
You
And
too.
thanks for being here. Carol, on to you, Carol. Hey. Hey, good to see you, Carol. You're a little bit faint, Carol. Just a little louder if you can, please.
Oh, okay. Is that good now?
Just about. It's still faint though.
Okay, how about now?
Give it a. Yeah, it's kind of a little soft. I'm not. Yeah, still a little
Okay,
soft,
well,
Carol. Yeah, now we're good.
oh,
Now we're good.
sorry.
Thank you.
Well, hi, I'm Carol. I'm from Durango, from Mexico. I'm 17 years old. And what I'm proud of is, first of all, to be part of the POP family because I am a new member. And yeah, I'm proud of the future plans that I have. And well, 3 things that are in my desk right now. Well, my phone, a notebook because I like to write down some things, and a marker, and that's all. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Carol. We're excited to have you too, and really proud. Is there anything? We're very proud to have you as part of the family too. But we wondered, is there anything you wanted to share that you feel proud of at this moment in time? Additionally, with us here.
Okay, well, I'm proud of, well, this year I've made some things that I never thought I'd made before. And yeah, that really changed myself. And I really want to take some risk. And yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. That's wonderful. We're excited too, Carol. Fabulous. Let's go on and ask Sasha. It's great to see you, Sasha. Well, big welcome.
Thanks.
And we so look forward to hearing from you, Sasha. Talk to us.
All right. So my name is Sasha. I'm 17, and I live in New York City. One thing I'm proud of, I guess, is my ability to sort of put what I find important and sort of go in that direction and develop what I think is important. And I think that goes with my whole FXB career, I guess, but also in other things that I do in my life, I've sort of recently just put more attention to what I find interesting.
Cool. Sasha, I'm so sorry. Could you just repeat the last little bit that you said? It was a little faint. Sorry, just give me.
Yeah, sure. I was just saying that I've been just focusing more of my attention on things that I think are important. And I think that's an important shift that I've made in my life recently.
That's fabulous. Absolutely terrific. We're so happy, and we can't wait to see what you got lying around you. If you can share like 3 things,
sure.
Sasha. So exciting.
The Soda Stream bottle we just got because we drink a lot of carbonated water, so we started making our own. My art history notebook.
Very cool.
And my calculator. I had a math quiz this morning, so.
All right. Super. How did it go?
Oh, it's so bad, but it's okay.
Cool. It's done with. We're so proud. We're so proud and we're excited that you're here. Thank you once again for sharing, Sasha. We are looking forward to learning lots more. But it's always such a great opportunity to get a little glimpse. Thank you so much, and a big welcome too. Thank you. I was wondering, Raul, would you be willing to talk to us? Tell us, please. Hey, and a big welcome, Raul.
Hello. I'm happy to meet you all. And my name is Raul. I'm from Durango, Mexico, Carol. And I'm proud of myself, maybe not. I don't want to be like a very bad kind of person, but through this past year, I had a lot of challenges. And as Carol said, I have made a lot of things that I never think that I could do. So I'm very happy, and I'm proud of being here with you. I'm proud of being a member of the pop movement, the pop family. So that's what I'm proud of right now.
Cool. Raul, thank you so much. And Pierre too. So thank you very much. Let's get to see, Raul, a couple of 3 things that you can show us, please. Thank you.
Okay, as many of us, I have my cell phone here with me.
Right.
Right now, I just finished my technology class. So I have here with me my technology book.
Very cool.
I was in a class, and I also have a notebook in order to take notes of this meeting.
Thank you. Thank you. That is fantastic. Wonderful. Norma, you wanna go and tell us just a little bit, please? We move on.
Okay. Hello. Nice to meet you. My name is Norma. I'm from Mexico City, also, like Camila. It's a beautiful city, right? She is right. And I'm proud to be small part of POP and the WSDF organizations, working on education in my institution, my own institution. And of course, my commitment in those organizations is to learn together with the youth, the kids, because every day you need to learn something. And my commitment is also with marine science and the ocean. I think that is a very important area that we need to work, and very proudly we have an pop ocean now, and well, that's what we are doing. Just to hear you now, thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you, Ash. And what I have here on this is not my office, of course, this is my house, because we are safe at home. And I have my computer, my printer, of course, my notebook, and my agenda, because I'm very busy all the time. And well, my house is full with plants and with things that I take from all over the world where I am traveling. I was traveling, of course. And that is a very nice place for me. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Norma. It's great to see you. Let's move on. So on to Leonie. It's great to see you. Big welcome. We're excited to get to know you and spend time together here. So can't wait to hear. Over to you, Leonie.
Hi, I'm good, thank you. I'm in Katona right now. I'm Leonie, by the way. I'm 17. In Katona, which is like an hour from the city. That's where I live currently. What was that? What else was I supposed to say? I'm most proud of right now the work I've been doing with FXB, especially the website we've been designing, which is a lot of fun to do, but it's also really hard work. Yeah. Oh, and 3 things, right? So 3 things on my desk. I have my phone, the book I'm reading right now, Beloved, and then my water.
Cool.
Which is very important.
Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. That's fantastic. And I can't wait for the website. That's so cool. Great. Thank you for sharing that. And over to you, Olivia. A big welcome, Olivia. Good to see you.
Good to see you. I'm Olivia. I'm in New York right now. I'm proud to be a new member of FXB and also tying in with that by determination. Yeah, I think that can be applied to any part of your life. 3 things on my desk are a notebook, a letter from a friend, and my glasses case.
So cool. Olivia, super. Thank you so much. Absolutely fabulous. You know, the funny thing is, I was trying to like go over on my screen. I'm kind of trying to follow the rows, and every time one person speaks, suddenly it does this whole rejig. So I have to start looking again. So it keeps moving. But anyway, here we are. I'm gonna ask Summer. Hey, so good to see you, Summer. A big welcome. I'm excited to have you here. So, talk to us. Tell us, Summer. How's it going?
Hi, I'm Summer, everybody. I'm 16. Something that I'm proud of is the work that me and my friends have been doing to help like involve our community. We've been trying to create some projects for our community to do now in this time where we can't really go out and do much. And I think a lot of people in our community want to do something but don't have the resources. So we've been trying to work on that, and that's what I'm proud of right now.
Super.
3 things I have on my desk or around me is a notebook, I have my phone, of course, and I have a basketball.
Cool.
I don't know.
Cool, Summer. And where are you right now?
Oh yeah, right. I'm in California.
Fabulous. Very exciting. Thank you. Thanks, Summer. That's great, guy, and great to see you too. I'm gonna ask Komal. Did you want to say hi? Or did we just lose Komal? There we go.
Hello everyone. So I'm Komal and currently I'm in India, New Delhi. So something which I'm proud to be right now is to be a part of POP family and to see our vision going live, being a part, and to have to do something great with you all people. And the second thing, that we are able to make it up with the FXB and POP today. So very warm welcome to you all. And yes, the 3 things I have with me: my phone, a water bottle, and a laptop cleaner with me. That's all.
Cool. That is great. Thank you so much, Komal. That's terrific. And I'm excited. Hey, Sam. How are you, Sam? Can you hear us? Oh, okay, Sam. Actually, you're muted. Let me see if I can help with that. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, here we go. Sam, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see everybody. Good day. Okay, I am Samuel. I'm a Nigerian, and I'm currently in Calabar.
Yeah.
And I'm 23. Graduated last year from sociology and anthropology. And one of the things I'm proud of is being a climate activist and also recognizing POP. It's been a wonderful time and a wonderful moment. And the things I have here with me, first, I need pad, okay, for writing. And my system, which is charging. And what else? And my lantern. That is all I have here with me.
That is fantastic. Thank you, Sam. So good to see you. And great to have you here. Many thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Drisha, over to you. So good to see you, Drisha.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey.
One thing that I'm proud of is first that we were able to establish between all of you together on this call. And second thing is during this time vegetables in my small garden, and I cherish them when I get to see them and eat them, so I'm loving it. The thing that I have with me right now is one more laptop through which I have signed in the other pop account, then flowers from my garden, and water bottle. That's
cool. That is cool. That's wonderful. I'm so glad that you're getting to eat out of your own garden, and it's terrific. So we were wondering who that person pop movement is. Okay, cool. Thank you, Drisha. I think we weren't able to have Gabby. She hasn't been able to connect. So,
Vanessa, I think, are we missing Vanessa? I mean, Vanessa, have you introduced yourself?
Oh, I can't see Vanessa on the screen at all. I saw her briefly. Oh, now I can't see her. Yeah. Okay.
She's there.
Hey,
Vanessa's
Vanessa.
there.
Sorry, sorry. Good to see you, Vanessa. Sorry, I saw you for a bit and then it just disappeared. Good to see you. Big welcome to you, Vanessa. Thank you so much for being here. Talk to us, Vanessa.
Well, I'm Vanessa Hernandez. I'm based on Mexico. I'm a POP member, and I am proud for working on social and environmental awareness with POP movement. And I am proud for being part of the POP family. And three things that I have in my desk is my glasses case, my power bank, and my cell phone.
Thank
you so much, and I'm very excited for being here with all of you guys and hear all your great things that you are doing for our planet. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. So great to see you. I think that my screen somehow just keeps moving. Did Gabby make it? I don't see her. I don't know if she's here. No.
She won't be able to. She has bad network. That's what she has mentioned in the group as well.
Sure, no problem. We appreciate it. We'll keep her posted. She's in Venezuela, and I think she was very keen to join. But I just want to make sure, because I want to make sure I can get to see everyone here. I haven't missed anyone, but I'm delighted to have you guys here. So first of all, I want to say thanks. Thanks so much for sharing. This is truly precious, and I wanted to check in with you, especially on how you're doing during this period. I know it's been lockdown, and I know classes and a whole bunch of stuff, but tell me how you guys are doing. Is everyone doing okay? And how's everyone generally in this period of lockdown and so on? You guys doing okay? Okay, so since we're all in this rather unique and unprecedented period, we wanted to ask you to talk to us a little bit and tell us, as young people doing these really exciting things in terms of your work as climate advocates through FXB and the POP movement, where and how, let's just start thinking, where and how do you think there's any connection between the work that you're doing and the current COVID situation? Do you see any connections in in terms of issues of climate and the coronavirus and this COVID pandemic we're facing? Do any of you sort of find connections? Do you think there's ways in which somehow they come together? Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's actually a lot of parallels between both things. I mean, I guess the coronavirus is right now it's more pressing, but you can definitely see how it targets minority communities and just communities that are less or worse off. And it's the same way that the climate crisis does, and those communities are just consistently harder hit.
Absolutely. Ben, thank you. Yes, absolutely. It raises a lot of questions about especially the most vulnerable and issues of equity and you know how hard they're hit. So absolutely on the mark. Thank you so much. Camila, I think you were nodding too. I wondered if you wanted to share you know what your perspective is, and would love to learn more what you think.
Well, as we know, there has been several studies linked to the climate crisis, to several new diseases that have been popping out. It is believed that the coronavirus does have to do with the changing temperatures and everything that the climate crisis takes into account. So we can find a direct relation there. And just as Ben was saying, the most vulnerable to the climate crisis are the most vulnerable now in the pandemic. So there is a straight relation with the two of them. And really now we're talking about one thing that we probably have seen all over social media, which is now that humans are staying inside and that CO2 emissions have dropped exponentially, then we're saying that there is a solution that is a lot easier than we thought. However, once we go out from the pandemic, when it actually kind of finishes, without talking about the economic and social things that will come from that, we can say that the CO2 emissions will go up again and even higher. And now we're talking about rapid fluctuations in the temperatures of the atmosphere that will, in a close future, affect us even more than how we were before. So now we're saying that the climate crisis, it's a looming problem that has been before, that is during, and is after the pandemic. And some people been happening, or what I've seen in at least my community and all my friends, family, etc., is that usually they think, oh, the pandemic is going to end and there's this light at the end of the tunnel. And while there is hope that we are definitely going to finish with this pandemic and it's not going to be such a long crisis as we are now, then we are saying there are problems, and such as the climate crisis that we keep talking about, that will come after, that we'll still have to deal with even after the pandemic and even after all the economical, social, political problems that come with it.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Camila, for sharing your view. I was wondering, what do some of the others think? How about you? Yeah, Leonie, go for it, please.
Yeah, what's so interesting about this pandemic is that it is a global crisis, and I feel like there are very few instances we've seen where the entire world is affected by a crisis. So obviously, when climate change will start affecting the Earth, it is something that will affect us globally. And I think it's interesting to see how we've reacted to the pandemic and then how we're going to think about reacting in the future to a climate crisis.
Absolutely, absolutely, truly unprecedented. And you know, people have been doing these sort of conducting these analysis between pandemics that we've experienced in the past and now, and yeah, it really is unique and affecting people in ways not known before. So you're right. Thank you so much. Who else wants to tell us a little bit about what their perspective on this issue is, and you know, how do we join the dots on this whole on the work we're doing and what brings us here together, and then the way we're having to come together, because you know, obviously we're all having to stay home and stay safe and keep everybody else around us safe as well. So to the others, anyone else who has a perspective? Yeah, Raul, go for it, please.
Well, I personally agree a lot with the point of Camila and Leonie. And I think that, okay, among all this terrific situation with the climate crisis and the relation with the COVID-19 situation, there is an opportunity area to work with, because this crisis, global crisis, has shown to us a lot of things and other ways to do the things that we used to do. I mean that this has shown to us that a lot of things that we used to buy or to use were not really necessary. They were only just like personal wishes. And I think that if we focus on the opportunity area of work between all the terrific situation, we can apport a lot of the work that all we want to do.
You're right. You're right. It's an opportunity for us to reassess, what we've done, how we've ended up coming here, and sort of in the situation we're in. And I'm curious. I know all of you guys are doing some really fantastic work, and I'm interested to hear also. What do you think we can do given this? I mean, so there's been in the last, let's say a year and a half, there's been a lot of activism. Young people have come to the fore. There's been a lot of strikes. We know that. There's also been a lot of, in the recent past, some social media activism, because people have tended towards social media. I'm wondering what, within the realm of what you guys are doing, what do you think we can do more of to amplify our voices, to take action? Just thinking outside of things like strikes and marches and those kinds of things. And I know you guys are super active, so I'm really interested in you sharing your perspective from where you come and what you do and what more we can do. So I'd love to hear from you, like, as these fabulous advocates, what can we do now? What is your own perspective in terms of Sam, I was wondering if you wanted to share also, because I know you've been doing a fair bit of mobilization. Summer, I know you've been doing a bunch of things in terms of, bringing a lot of stakeholders on board. I'm sure Sasha, Olivia, you guys too. So talk to us and tell us a little bit more about what we can do. Nicholas, you too.
Can I say something?
Yes, Sam. Yes.
Am I clear? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First of all, I want to talk about the first one, which has to do with the relationship between COVID-19 and the climate crisis we're having. I was discussing with Dr. Ash about the synonymous relationship they have in common in terms of, someone mentioned about temperature and all that, but basically, I think that COVID-19 is also associated with climate change. If you check United Nations Environment Program, you see is more of zoonotics and all that. And then also, I also think is also associated with the amount of carbon emission being on the air, being emitted out to the air, and is more fair because if you take through some studies that has to do with symptoms of carbon emission to the health, you will also see a synonymous symptom with that of COVID-19 to the health. And also, if you check the symptoms of particulate matter to the health, you will also see something synonymous to that. In as much as we are also saying that this has to do with some virus built in-house and all that, but it also has some climatic factor in climate, because if you check China, the number of deaths, and you know that currently they are number one in the world that is stopping when it comes to carbon emission globally. You check US is second. In fact, if you check first 20 countries that engage in carbon emission and also check the death rate in those countries, you will also see that it's more of something that has to do with and I can also share some experience with you in Nigeria. The director of CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control, said actually they don't admit anything to these patients when when they're being admitted into the isolation center, they don't give them anything, but only administer carbon to them, oxygen, sorry. Only administer oxygen to them. That means they just give them oxygen until when they are okay. So that means they only just need a breath support to support their breath. And also they discovered also people that were affected of recent, they can't really trace what actually happened, what actually led to the incident. So it's more of air, and also it's more of carbon too. So I'm carrying out research on it anyway, and then I've gotten some sample. And in regards to stakeholders' involvement, I've been able to engage with some stakeholders in terms of educating schools about climate change, and also engaging them on climate action. I love what I'm doing. So I believe that if we can be able to tell these students that they need to take the right thing to save their planet and also their society, it will go a long way, because if we don't educate them from the school, from the root, they will also grow up and also engage in same activity which they met. So it's better we educate them from root, so that as they are growing up, as they are coming up, they are going to get and also take a different shape from the normal way and legal way things are being done.
Thank you,
I
Sam.
believe I'm also going to share more later on. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Sam. That's great. Yes, and I'm excited that there's been a lot of work happening to educate young people in more schools, and so that could be one thing. I'm wondering what else you think we can do. I know you talked about developing a website. That's a great way to put information out, but I'd love to hear more about that and other things that you think are feasible, especially in these times as we want to amplify our voice and advocate for these issues and mobilize people. So who'd like to go on some ideas for what can be done? Yes, Sasha, love to hear. Tell us.
Well, in our school, actually, the environmental group that's within our school created a website for the past week during our Earth Week celebration.
Wow. Yeah.
And so we would send emails every morning with like suggestions of what people can do at home. And the website itself has some articles that we wrote, but also it has like interactive sections where people can contribute and sort of be part of the conversation.
That's fabulous. And especially at a time when we know people are spending more time online, and that's a really powerful tool to pick up and use, and especially around Earth Week when people's sort of consciousness around these issues is greater and heightened. Thank you so much, Sasha. To the others, who else would like to talk about this? What else can we do in terms of our own activism, advocacy, to be able to amplify our voices and bring that issue to the fore? Who else would like to share? Yeah, sure. Carol and then Camila. Please, Carol.
Okay, can you hear me?
Faintly, yeah, very faintly though.
Okay, well, in my perspective, we are going to appreciate more the little things we take it for granted before, after this pandemic. And what can we do now? Well, Camila said, we have to start to make consciousness from our own families and our social circles. This could be through social media, to spread the message through social media, through short videos to show what can we do in this pandemic, what can we do to help the planet. So this is a kind of idea that I have, and yeah, that's all.
That is so cool. Thank you. Yeah, the power of video, it's phenomenal. In fact, Gabby couldn't make it, and I know there's network issues, but you'd be surprised. I mean, even in where there's little network, people are using phones, making videos and getting messages out. Thank you so much. On to you, Camila.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Carol summed it up quite well. Nowadays, and especially in this pandemic, we have to rely completely on social media. Yet I think that it's quite important to make these social media engaging. It's not just information and bomb people with information, because then that is overwhelming and then we don't read. So engage people in new projects, engage people in roundtables and discussions. I think usually what happens is one that doesn't know that there are these kind of things going on around them, then they will not even try to engage with those people who really are involved in activism or in politics, science, etc. So one key aspect of right now, especially that we are only relying on social media, is to make it go out there and make people know that there is still work to do. It's not just waiting until the pandemic is done, that we still have to keep going, because life, as we know, goes on, and even after the pandemic and even after any crisis, it will go on.
Thank you. That's fantastic. And I also wanted to, I really appreciate these thoughts, and I think they're really crucial. It gives us things to think about and how we can move forward and how we should spend our time even in this period. And I'd love to hear from Ben, thinking Nicholas and Summer. You guys have been doing so much fabulous, advocacy on this, on these issues, and what are some of the things that we have faced that are potential sort of barriers, if you like, or challenges that we can overcome, and how we can use some of these tools that are available to us to overcome them. I'm just thinking, with the good work you're doing, and I know we can use this time, what is your thinking on this?
I think
yes, Summer. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, then on to you, Nicholas. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Summer, go ahead.
The biggest barrier is laziness, right? In a lot of cases, just the recycling bin versus going to the trash bin, the smallest details, it all comes down to convenience. And in a lot of cases, in our schools at least, it's bridging the gap. So how do you put a recycling bin in every classroom versus having a trash bin? Or because in the end, the onus falls on us to sort of bridge that gap instead of the people, which is unfortunate that they don't go to the effort. But I mean, that's the job we have to do. It's the job we have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Nicholas, thank you. Summer, yes, please.
Yeah, like what Nicholas and Camila were saying, I think accessibility is really important. We need to make, I think a lot of people assume that they can't really do anything, but there's a lot of personal changes, we can make to help people feel like they're getting involved. And that's what I've been working on with my school and another school in my community, is just we created this online log and a list of activities and a bunch of stuff that people can include, like pictures of stuff they've done and new ideas of stuff that they've done, and log the activities they've done that we created. So just making it accessible for people to do something and feel like they're part of a group.
That's fabulous. That's great. Yeah, just bringing the spirit of that community together. Olivia, love to hear.
Kind of adding on, I think a big problem is education and not educating. That's why a lot of people are so lazy. They don't really know the difference. If we're talking about recycling. And so I know we weren't here for Earth Day, but I had planned, my school, my environmental team had planned like an Earth Day thing for like hands-on projects. And I know we're supposed to be using social media, especially now because of COVID, but if we do go back, when we do go back to school, I think like learning, we were going to teach people how to do indoor composting, since we live in apartment buildings, and we were going to have like tie-dye using natural materials and things like that, while it can be educational and yet also fun and hands-on. So that can be a way of overcoming those kinds of barriers.
But I think Nicholas brought up the example of recycling in schools. I think that problem exists just on, there's so many different levels. So if we use that example, let's say, even if I put them in the, even if there's a bin in that classroom and I put it in that bin, there's still the problem putting my recycling, like the school custodians have to put it in the right place. And then the sanitation department also has to properly recycle it. So just, there's so many different levels to it. And each level has to, like, if even one of those levels doesn't do their part, then there's no point in putting a recycling bin in there. If it's just going to the wrong bin, or if it's not even being recycled, then what's the point? So it's such a big barrier to overcome that. I mean, I'm gonna do all I can, but it's difficult.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right about that, Ben. And it's so important to look at the different pieces, because until we're able to sort of weave them together, we're not making that progress. And I agree with you. And actually, that's something that we wanted very much to just spend a few minutes talking about a little more detail right now. Exactly what you brought up, Ben. What we wanted to do was sort of go into a little breakout groups. We're going to spend 8 minutes in there, and we want you to think about exactly what was flagged right now, which is that we have a whole range of different parties and stakeholders involved in this entire circuit of issues we're talking about if we really want to affect change. So who are those folks? And if we had a way of demanding what it is we need of them, what is it we would want? So I want you to think about the very issues that we're talking about here: climate, advocacy, and the action that you're taking, and think about who are these important stakeholders, how can we work with them, what is it we want of them in order to be able to move forward. And what we're going to do is we're going to split into three rooms, and we're going to spend 8 minutes. We'll time you, keep you, you guys keep a little eye on the clock too, but we're gonna keep the time running. 8 minutes in there to dialogue, and as you do, I want you to spend the last minute consolidating your thoughts and identifying one person who'll come back to the larger room and feedback. So we'll get a quick sort of succinct feedback from you on what are the key outcomes of your discussion. So I'm gonna now let you go into your different rooms. We spend 8 minutes in there talking about what it is we can do as larger groups. So who can young people work with, and how can we work with them to achieve these things? And if you're talking about waste or whatever else, I want you to think of what you can do with other stakeholder groups so we can build our advocacy on that basis. So with that, I'm gonna ask Drisha if we can split into groups and get the time started and get our clock ticking, and then we come back. We'll see you 8 minutes later. Is the activity clear? Does anybody have any questions while we break up? Are we guys cool? Yeah, cool. All right, thank you. All right, well, can't wait to hear what you think. All right, I think we're starting to split. Cool, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, wonderful. So they're already in groups, and we got the clock going. All right. Drisha, will you keep time for us, please?
Yes. I'll keep the time.
Oh, it looks like my internet connection is suddenly a little bit. So, okay. Is there a way to like display a clock for everyone?
Display a clock? Okay.
Could be,
I'll do
please,
that.
just so that they can focus on their discussions and then know how time's running. I wanted to also put out a couple of links. So I'll put here. I've copied the link for the sort of closing evaluation. So we can do that right at the end. But I got the link here. We'll paste it in the chat so they can use it, and they'll come back and feedback, and we can run through how they would like to stay in touch and what we can do to keep the dialogue going, and what the best way is to connect. Sorry, it seems the connection seems a little bit weak suddenly. It keeps warning me. I might just sort of fall off for a split second because I'm trying to switch over to another Wi-Fi connection. Just give it a minute. Cool. I think it's a better connection.
And so we have got only 10 responses in the pre-event form.
Okay, who are we missing? It's a little late. I'm sorry?
Gabriella is missing.
No, I know, but in terms of the responses we were to receive, who are we missing the response on the pre? There's no point doing the pre now. Sorry?
Yeah. I think Gabriella is missing.
So I think you meant from the response standpoint, right? She's the only one? Okay, so I think she had no network, unfortunately. She would have loved to speak, I know. But another time, I'm sure it's okay. If you've got them from everybody else, it's okay. And the important thing is that before they leave, we get them to fill it out again. Thank you for putting it together and for all the feedback too. Karina, thank you. And we will, I'm just looking at the list. If you've got everybody on here, then I'll just copy that link and keep it handy. Just one second. Okay. Okay, I'm ready with the link. Missing a clock by any chance?
So I can't show it to you, but I set up a clock for the breakout room, so I guess.
Thank you.
But I can
Yeah.
broadcast the message for everybody. I've already told them you have 5 minutes.
Cool. Cool. That's great. How were they split up, Drisha, just to get an idea of who we have in the groups?
So in breakout room 1, we have Benjamin, Camila, and Sasha. In breakout room 2, we have Carol, Raul, and Summer. In breakout 3, we have Leonie, Olivia, and Sam. And I don't know, one person is missing. I think somebody has lost connection. But I assigned that person to breakout room 2. So the 4th person who was supposed to be in breakout room 2 is missing.
No, Sam is already there.
Sam is there.
Sam is there.
Sam is there. Summer is there. Camila is there.
So wait a minute. So
Carol
Sam
is-
is okay. So we've got Camila. We've got Nicholas somewhere.
No.
He's the one. That's what I thought. So we've lost Nicholas. Okay. I hope he can somehow find his way back. Okay.
Is he trying to join? I can't
Nicholas,
see him.
hold on a minute.
I can't see him.
No, you
Somebody
know,
else-
so I don't have a view of anybody other than those in here. So I can't tell, and there's nobody in the waiting room.
Yes, sir. That's what.
So I think he
Maybe
lost.
Miss Karina can ask him on WhatsApp if she's.
Does he use WhatsApp? Nicholas?
Nicholas,
Yeah.
he didn't respond. He might not have his phone on him. Let me see.
Okay. So let me just go over what needs next. Okay. So they make their presentations. Conclusions. Okay.
If any of the co-host wants to go and meet them, they can go and then come back.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
Nicholas just told me that his internet is down. He thinks a tree may have fallen and affected the internet, so that's why.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It looked
And
very
he's,
dark, so I figured it was there was yeah, that it might be sort of looking like it was gonna storm.
Yeah, it was bad weather here in New York, in the New York area all day.
Right. Oh, that's a pity. Oh well, let's just hope he can restore connection.
I know. Yeah, he's trying to get connection
Yeah.
to the back end.
Right. Okay. Sure. How much time do we have? You have a minute left? Okay. So we'll just stick around. Yeah. No, Dr. Norma, it's only 1 minute for the group work. Yeah.
Ash, one question. Bilge Basani, the board chair, wants to log in. I could just send her the Zoom link.
Sure.
So she can listen.
We'll admit her.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do it right now.
Gabriela asked me that it was he had a friend that maybe can join instead of her, but we're already making all the conversation, so I think, yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Hey, welcome back.
Hey.
So good to see you guys. That was a quick 8 minutes, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, they were fast.
That was really fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
It went by fast. Great. So good to have you guys back. Super. Okay. Great. So do we have everybody back here now? Yep. Okay. Cool. So talk to us and tell us a little bit. I know you guys would have already identified, who it is who's going to speak, and I hope you guys had a chance to think about how we can move forward working with a larger group of stakeholders and what we can do as young people to push advocacy and our voices. So which group, the first group, go first? Komal, how is it? Group number 1 or A? I can't see. 1? A. 1. Perfect. Group number 1. Then let's go for it. Who's going to speak? Oh, wait a minute. Mute. Yeah. Camila, you trying to speak? Yeah. Cool.
Yes. There we go. Thank you. Okay. So I got into the breakout room with Ben as well as Sasha, and mainly what we talked about is we talked about a bit of our context, our backgrounds, which I think is extremely important, mainly because, as I was telling them, it's absolutely necessary for us to really understand each other and understand that we have, all of us, a common goal. And that even though we're in different countries, it's a different situation for all of us. In the end, our goal is the same. So stop, because I've noticed that there's some sort of segregation between activists, especially climate activists, because we don't really see this as a global problem. Since we have a global problem, then we need global solutions. And the only way we can find these global solutions are by networking and finding each other, finding these activists and these people that really want to help this situation. So that's what we were talking about as young people. That's what we can do: find the activists and reach out to them. And especially about stakeholders, what I have written here is that this is a global problem. It's a universal problem.
Yeah.
And one of the key words that I find in here is intersectionality. We talked about the link between science and politics and how it's absolutely necessary to find this common ground since we always attribute so much to politics, and we don't really think about how the science affects the politics and the decision-making process.
Super. Wonderful. Wow. 8 minutes can go a very long way. Thank you guys. That's amazing. Ben, Sasha, Camila, thank you guys. Very excited to hear also the outcome of group 2. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I was in group 2. I was with Raul and Carol, and we actually all already know each other. We've met before. Yes. They're both from Durango, and we were talking about how similar our communities are, even though we live in completely different countries, yes. And how we've been working with our schools a lot, and our schools have been a valuable resource for us, yes. And how our governments haven't really been taking action and doing anything addressing the issues, creating laws, any of that, and how similar our communities are. And I'm sure it's that way for a bunch of other people on this call and just in general, and just how we've been working with our schools who have access to our communities and just kind of growing that way. And yeah.
That's fantastic. That's so true, isn't it? I mean, also links a little bit to the whole idea of the perspective being global. At the end of the day, we're in different contexts, but we're all working toward a common goal. And if you start to really dig and shovel, we realize there's so many similarities. We find that these connections can be so strong. So thank you guys, Summer for sharing, and Raul and Carol for coming together in group number 2 and putting together these incredible thoughts. Thank you so much. Group number 3. Who's going? Ben, Olivia.
Maybe that was us. I'm not sure.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, okay. So we kind of got lost in conversation a little bit, and also our connections weren't so great, but we were having a conversation about, how do you get the government involved with a lot of these issues, because that is where this all has to come from, and for a lot of different issues. We're talking about buildings, for example. If you want energy to become sustainable and stuff like that, you need regulations that we can't unfortunately implement. But so we were just talking a little bit, like, how do you get people to maybe start a movement, because the culture and the law do come hand in hand. So if you have the people moving forward and pushing, then the law will eventually catch up. So we were, yeah.
That is fantastic. I love what you guys did, group number 3, Leonie, and you're absolutely right. At the end of the day, the most important moments in history when things have changed and actually we've created history is when we've gotten people to come together, and that culture and the popular sort of that voice has been amplified, and then there's no stopping that, right? When people come together and that's what happens. And if you look back on history, that's the moment, those are the moments when things have changed. And I totally agree with you. Thank you. I mean, that's powerful, and that's what movements are about. I'm so happy that you guys are thinking of all of these issues, the importance of, networking, the importance of looking at how science and politics, because oftentimes we find, we discuss politics and a lot of other things get lost. And how do we really come together through those connections, those similarities, and then be able to amplify voices and create the change? And that's exactly what we're here to do. So I'm really thrilled that we have this chance. And I want to say one thing, which is that I realize that, this is our first sort of time to come together in this fashion, bringing folks together from across different spheres. What we want to be able to do is use this as a start of something much more. So I'm so thrilled that we were able to spend time in these small groups for a few minutes, in a larger group for a little longer. But how now can we continue this conversation, push forward the energy, the activism, the advocacy, amplify our voices? You guys talked about using websites and all kinds of other tools that are available, including social media and so on. And also that we need to come together and overcome some of the challenges. So what I want us to start to think about at this point is really what we can do and how we can come together. And in that, I'm going to ask you first off, since we can connect using so many tools and we have them literally accessible, I don't know, mostly in our pockets and things like that, as long as we have strong enough networks, how can we connect? What do you guys think? What are some really easy to access tools? What would you think would be a good way to form a group, digital group, so we can start? Yes, Karina.
Ash, I just want to welcome Bilge Bassani, the board chair of FXB-USA, to the roundtable. So
Such
welcome.
a pleasure. Delighted to meet with you. Thank you very much for joining us, and we're so thrilled to have you here. Really appreciate your taking the time and your leadership so much. Thank you, and thank you, Karina.
Thank you.
We're thrilled.
So yes, as Ash was saying, we would like to think about actionable collaborations moving forward. And I actually wanted, it seemed like a lot of you have done a lot of work in your schools. And it would be great to have a place where maybe you guys could share best practices and things that have worked or haven't worked well in making your schools more sustainable, as that is like a big common ground among all of you. So that I just wanted to put that out there as you guys think about ideas.
You're right, and I think that you're right. I mean, so many people have used examples of what they're doing in their schools and clubs and so on. So we'd love to hear and love to also know how you think we can keep this connection and communication going. What are some easy ways for us to stay connected? I mean, I know there are tools like WhatsApp, and there's, you know, Google Groups, and there's Slack, and there's, what do you guys think? I'd just love to hear your voices and hear you tell us what is a good way for us to keep touch and just keep the communication up so we can continue to learn and share. And, you know, we look forward to lots more interaction, but how do we keep connected while we're about it? Ben, got any thoughts? What is a good way for us to connect? I don't know. Olivia, Ben, Caro.
Yeah, well, I mean, FXB Climate Wars, Climate Advocates, we use WhatsApp just to talk, and I found that to be the best way. And I see Samuel just recommended that.
Yeah.
And it's just good for an international community.
You're
so
right.
That's probably the best way to connect.
Super. Yeah, you're right. Especially, you know, cross borders. Yeah. Camila, I think you agreed too. All right.
I do agree. You see, I really think that, as you said, one of the most important things to have, I'm so sorry, I have like a lot of noise in my room. I'm so sorry. There we go. So one thing that I think is extremely, sorry, it's because I'm in class, I'm not going to fail me. But one of the most important things, as you said, for bringing us all together is definitely knowing that, as I said before, that it is super important to know the backgrounds of the people you're going to be working with, and knowing exactly what they think, how they think, so that you can work together with them and get to a middle ground where you do find a place where you can work on, right? Like get this base where both parties can work on. And right now, social media is an amazing tool that we can use, but right now it's impossible because of the coronavirus cases. But I think that finding spaces where everyone can get into a round table in person, you know, face to face, and really bond and understand that, as I said, this common goal needs a common solution, and the only way we find this common solution is to really understand and connect with the people we work with.
That's fantastic. Thank you. I totally agree. We need to come together, join hearts, minds, souls, and be able to create the change we are here to create. And I know it's going to happen. We're already here, and the fact that we've come together here in itself, spent this already more than an hour, it is indicative. And, you know, we're doing it remotely, and I hope, like you said, Camila, we will be able to come together in sort of real physical space soon. So till then, so we can keep talking, WhatsApp sounds like a good way to go. Does everyone give me a, you know, give me either this or give me this or give me this? So tell me, like I'm looking at everybody here. Yeah, looking good. Sasha, alrighty. And well, all right, Carol, gotcha. All right, thanks, Sam, got it. So super. Then WhatsApp it is. All right, okay, good. So that's one decision made. Let's let me just check just on the operational side. Karina, would it be possible to sort of, have you got WhatsApp contacts already, or should because we've got WhatsApps too, so we can sort of form the group. If you can share them, we'll immediately put that in place. So you can expect that to happen pronto. Thank you. All right. And now what we want to do is, before we sort of close out, think for like 30 seconds, guys. I know you guys have like fantastic ideas, but I want you to think about how you're going to put it down. We want to walk away with ideas for what we can do even now. Like, as this closes out, what is it we can do already to start making that difference? And so you don't want to find yourselves on the other end of the pandemic saying, you know what, I waited, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months before I could do anything. So let's think about what is feasible, practical, safe, near term that we can act on. And I know you guys are already doing a bunch of things. I'm very excited. Like I said, I can't wait to see the website, but I know you guys are doing a whole bunch of other things. So I'm gonna put some, I'm gonna put a link on here, and ask you to check it out, please, and fill out information thoughtfully, mindfully about what you can do safely from within the realms of where we are physically right now, so that we can keep safe and yet keep moving forward. And I think we've got Drisha, who's trying to share a little bit of a sneak peek on to the site that I've just provided the link to. Yeah, okay, she's gonna walk us over so you guys get to see it, and then we'll get out of this and give you guys a few minutes to process your thoughts and put in some information. And wait a minute, it's up, or scroll up, Drisha. So it's the link that I shared. Yeah, this is good. There's some ideas. Thank you, Drisha, for that. And that's the link we've just put into the chat feature here. So looking good. And we got this is what the page looks like. It's pretty simple. Just keep it simple, you know, make sure that whatever you share is feasible, operational. We will work together to strengthen this community that's come together here today, but more importantly, to have a chance to help you implement your ideas also. So we will work together. There was one other link I wanted to share with you too. So once we're back to the original screen, thank you very much, Risha. Okay, cool. So that was one, and then I want to go around. And as we process our thoughts, one of the most important things is to reflect. And you guys have had a lot of things happen over the last hour plus, not to mention getting to meet each other. We spend a little time together in a small group, in a large group. I'm gonna ask each one to go around this room and tell us a couple of things. One is that in this brief period, which, like I said, is the start, what is the one thing that you have picked up through either an activity or something you heard somebody else say, or just a dialogue, one thing that you've learned, and then one thing that you think you want to do going forward. So I'm gonna ask, I'll start with myself, and then I'm gonna ask everybody to share, please. So the one thing that I've learned is, even though I've been very used to working in like large groups in physical spaces, like sometimes with thousands of people, there is a way to do this virtually too. And I'm learning that's possible, you know, that we can spend this kind of time, we can be constructive, we can be productive, and very importantly, we can share voice and do things, and maybe in some ways with much greater scale, grander scale globally than maybe would have been possible in physical. I like to look at the positive. So I'd say that, you know, we're able to reach many more people than we might have been able to do. This might have been harder to schedule in a real world circuit situation. If we were to do that, it might have taken much longer to happen. So that's the one thing. And then the one thing that I'm really looking forward to getting going forward past this you know, 1.5 hours that we spent together is a conversation on WhatsApp and how we're going to take forward the actions you have in mind. So that's me. And I'd love to hear from the others. Let me hear. Sasha, you ready?
Yeah, sure. So I guess something I learned today is just how valuable this time in quarantine has been in sort of the development of our connections with people who we might not have really thought we'd be able to talk to in the past. And that's, I mean, you talked about this, but it's really a glorious benefit of technologies, being able to reach so many more voices. And then moving forward, I guess just continuing the conversation in a similar way. Just being able to learn what people think about certain topics and using that to develop our own understanding of what's kind of going on and what we can do about it.
Thank you, Sasha. That's great. Really powerful.
Sure. Yes. So just like both of you were saying, just being able to, I've learned that I can use this technology to make those initial connections. And then for the future, I'd like to meet you guys in person. And like once we're done with this, and then we can all be together in person. And so yeah, that's what I want for the future.
That's beautiful, you guys. Thank you. Really. Likewise, honestly. Yeah, thank you. And you know, I think it's really great that you got such a beautiful, positive bent of mind, and this isn't an easy time at many levels. So I love that positive spirit. Thank you. Yes. Who'd like to go next? So Sam.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Today has been so wonderful, and one of the major things I learned today is decision making, because it's more like within how many minutes you come up with something so great and beautiful, and that is one of the good tools that basically you like to pitch about. You can just meet a stakeholder and they ask you, so what are you into? And you may not actually get it right, but here I just want to tell us, okay, we should always be on alert to make that necessary decision that could actually give us what we want in life. So I learned that. And then what I actually looking forward to is more collaboration and also more good works from people. Okay, I believe it's more good when you do something good to save your planet than doing nothing. No matter how small it is, no matter how simple it is, just engage yourself with something positive and try to share with others.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Sam, you're right. It is a process, and we should respect it, and it's great that the process has gotten going. Great. Olivia, please.
Like, I think something surprising is like all these people that are passionate about the environment as well. Because my school, like we already are kind of zero waste, but within the school there aren't that many people who are passionate about it. So it's kind of just like me and Harry and like 3 other people. So it's so nice to like be able to meet all of you that are passionate about this as well. And then moving forward, I hope to be able to like hear from people like guest speakers, so I can learn about specific parts of the climate change, since it's such a big movement. We have to really like focus on certain areas sometimes.
That's fabulous. Really terrific. Thank you. And it is, I agree. It's so beautiful to come together with people who feel equally fired up and passionate about this. It's really a privilege. Thank you. I echo that. Thank you. Camila, so excited to hear your reflections.
Of course, it will be my
Thank you.
pleasure. So, as since I've started with the pop movement in Durango, which was the first time I've met some of you and was a fantastic experience, I've learned, and I still see it today, and I'm still learning about it, how so many different perspectives all come together and merge into this amazing idea of, and this passion of wanting to really do something valuable for our communities, for our planet, for us as humans, for our species, and all the species that we affect as well. And I think it's just wonderful to meet you and listen to all of your opinions, all of the way you think, which is fantastic. And also learn that we are closer than we really think, even though we're all in different countries, in different cities. It's amazing to understand that we all come together, even if it's just a Zoom meeting. It's amazing to really understand the reach of our words, the reach of our ideas, and the reach of this movement, which is the environmental movement that has been with us for decades, and it's still going because there is still a lot of work to do, and we are breaking through. There are so many breakthroughs that have been happening the past few years, and it's fantastic to see all this passion keep going, this movement that is still going on.
That's fantastic. Camila, thank you. I do agree. When our hearts and minds are echoing the same thing, we transcend geographic boundaries and distance and all of those things, right? And we're really fortunate to have access to technology to be able to make things like this happen. And thank you so much. We indeed are really, really close, and I'd say one in so many ways. Thank you. Fantastic, super powerful. Leonie, can't wait to hear what your reflections are. It's been so great to see you and to have you here. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Camilla's point is really important, and I think it's also what I've learned today, like how our perspectives are very different, and we come from very different places, but how we are unified toward one cause. And I think that's also important on how we move forward, sharing our ideas, because we all have different approaches and different solutions to this very big issue, and how we can come together and discuss our ideas to really create a change.
So fabulous. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that too, really. I know that this is a groundswell of ideas and sort of passion to do things, and this is what is going to make this group, and core group so powerful. So thank you. I love the reflection, and I totally agree, Leonie. Thank you. Raul, love to hear your thoughts and reflections too, and thank you.
Well, I have learned that every thought, every opinion of persons from different parts of the world with different backgrounds are very important, because if we take this into account, we can make a more complete action, not only focused on what are we thinking, because if we hear each other person's opinion, we can know the necessities of other persons, and we can focus on that too. So I agree completely with Camila and all the other members here, and that's my reflection, I think.
That's beautiful. What are you looking forward to then, Raul? What is the one thing that you are hoping to move forward and do?
Well, I'm looking forward to keep on this movement, to keep myself motivated, and to inspire more people to join this kind of movements, this family, because it is very important. I have to recognize that I wasn't the most enthusiastic environmental person, but I actually take into account the importance that these topics have, because if we don't take care of the environment, the economy and the politics and the laws, they are not gonna matter. So I think that the first step that we have to take is the environmental one. So That's what I'm looking forward
that's
to.
Beautiful. That's beautiful, and I totally agree with you. I know that one of the earliest perspectives that was shared in this discussion was really about the most vulnerable, and how the current situation is exaggerating, just implications of the pandemic and on those communities. And therefore, I loved your idea about diversity, because really we need to open up our minds and our hearts to diversity and see the beauty in that. So thank you very much, Raul, for sharing. And Carol, can't wait to hear your voice and your reflection. Thank you.
Okay, well, what I've learned today is that I've realized that small actions can really have big impacts. And also, I've realized that even though we are from different parts of the world, we share a same goal, that is protect our planet. What I'm looking forward is to create a united network with all of you through WhatsApp or Zoom or etc. And also, like Raul said, to inspire other ones to join this amazing movement. So yeah, that's all.
That's fantastic. Thank you. And we've really, sort of second and third that perspective. I completely agree. Coming together will have tremendous impact. We can already feel the incredible energy here with this group, and look forward to lots more. And on to you, Summer. We'd love to hear your thoughts and your reflections.
Yeah, I guess I've learned that we've just spent a really small part of our day together, how many ideas we've come up with, and how inspired I've got talking to everybody, people that I already knew, but just hearing new perspectives and everything. So I think that's really important now in this time, is just to get together with new people and hear new perspectives and new ideas. And going forward, I'm really excited about us together coming up with solutions and implementing those solutions, because I think we have a lot of ideas and we can come up with a lot together.
Super. It is really terrific. I'm so grateful for the incredible ideas. I know there's a lot of work that's gone on already, and when you come together, you just really bring out the best in each other with the positivity you guys have. So thank you, Summer. I think those ideas really can come to fruition. Lots more can be done, and that's what this is about. It is about coming together and making it happen. Just really quickly, I wanted to also add the others. Love to hear Karina, Vanessa, Norma, Ms. Pasani. It's such a pleasure. Love to hear your thoughts, Komal and Drisha as well. So on to you, Karina, just as we sort of think forward and also think back on this hour and a half we spent together. So love to hear your thoughts.
Sure. So first of all, I think what I learned today is that you young people are the leaders. You're not future leaders. You're not going to leaders one day. You're leaders now. You're so poised, eloquent, and really, you're really articulate, and you have a really clear mission. And I applaud you for that. I think probably everyone from FXB staff, Bilge and Asha's team from POP movement is really awed by you. I'm not sure, I mean, I don't want to speak for anyone. I certainly was not you at that age, so it's really impressive. And I think the sense of urgency that you give to the climate work is contagious. And so, that's really important. And I think, for all of us, we're humbled to just serve as a platform to connect you to as many resources and networks and skills as we can, so you can amplify your work, because you're the ones who are making change. So we're really kind of proud and humbled to do this work. And, I just want to acknowledge Bilge, who's here, and really FXB's vision for saying, we have to empower young people. If we don't focus on the young people, really the rest of our development work and everything else we do may not have as much meaning if we don't protect our planet. So I don't know if Bilge wants to share a few words. Putting you on the spot here.
I mean, I was with you only for a short time, so I hope next time I'll be able to spend the duration of your meetings. But you are our future. I mean, I know that sounds trite, but it is true. It's because you are the ones who have to protect this planet. Otherwise, our planet is going to sink. So it's wonderful to hear your commitment. And I think what I really like to do is I will talk with Karina, find other ways of making sure that you inspire many more others so that our group gets larger and larger, because it's not that being big means a lot, but it's only because the message has to be heard and implemented by others. It's very difficult time. I mean, if we don't do these things now, our planet has no future. I think what we're seeing with this pandemic is also showing the inextricable link between pandemics and climate change. A lot of things that are happening in the pandemic are results of the climate change. So I am so happy that there are people like you, and I count on you, all of you, to make sure that you save our planet for the future. And Ash, your leadership is really amazing, and I heard about you from Albina too, and it's great to see you in action.
Oh, thank you. I'm truly humbled and honored, and I truly believe in what you just shared. I think that everything you've just said. That we often hear people saying that youth are leaders of tomorrow. I say, haha. Youth are here and they're leaders today, and you're absolutely right. We're living through the most unprecedented times. And it's an opportunity, and we should look at the positive. We should look at the opportunity. We should see it as a window where we can really learn and act and take the action that we can now at this point. And we need to do a whole lot more. And I think we've got all the love, the passion, the commitment, the fabulous positive energy. And what we want to do is we want to make this much stronger. And like you said, numbers don't matter. It's really about the positivity and the power that we can bring together in all these incredible, this is hope, right? And and that's what we want. We want us to be able to also use this time to make sure that we don't find ourselves a year down the line saying we didn't do anything. We just sat around and we thought, hey, the pandemic came along. But yeah, now the pandemic has come along and we have a chance here to do something. I'm honored. Thank you so very much once again. And I want to give the Drisha onto you. Please share your reflections as we start. This is the beginning. Let's get started.
Yeah, so I just want to say that when I was in high school, what I used to do was I used to do such stuff on my own, like at individual level. But today I learned how important it is to connect. Maybe the technology at that time was not that much, so I was not able to connect, but whosoever I used to meet, I used to try to motivate them. But then now, at that time and now, the difference is that we are at the verge of creating, actually implementing it, otherwise we are gone. So I think that's one thing I wanted to share. And what I learned today was how during this period, each one of you, like from Climate Advocates as well as from the POP team, each one you had some observation and reflection to share on. I'm like, it's been 2 months that the pandemic has covered the entire globe, and you guys have been seriously thinking about it and trying hard, although you guys can't go on the field, but you guys are trying your best to at least get connected to new networks, to at least create a plan, so that after 2 months or whenever this thing gets over, you have a solid plan to actually execute. And you have actually got these 4-5 months, I don't know till when it's going to be there, but you will be having solid plans with you, and different kinds of plan for your country, for your location, for your community, and I'm sure that you guys are going to implement them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I totally agree. And I also want to say there's things we can do where we are right now, right here, and it makes a difference. It counts. So I just love that thought. Thank you so much, Trisha. I totally agree, and that's what we're here for. So Vanessa, on to you. Then Komal, Normaji, and then I got one more thing I want you to do before, because I know we're spilling a little bit. So yeah, Vanessa, can't wait to
So
hear.
just,
Thank you.
thank you. A short words. I just want to congratulate everyone because there are outside, there's a lot of young people that don't even care about our planet. And you guys are doing something. You guys are taking your time, your fun time on TV, your fun time on your phones to create a change and to create a real impact, positive impact in our planet. So I just wanted to say all of you, congratulations, and do not feel demotivated for any reason. You are doing a really good job, and you are doing great. So just keep it up, guys. And I really admire all of you because right now I'm 24, and I would love to do all the stuff that you guys are doing at 16, 17, 18 years. So just continue, keep it up, and congratulations, everybody. I am really glad to see everybody around the world doing things for our planet, and I am sure that we are going to achieve a good impact.
That's fantastic. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, and I agree. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank
Dr.
you,
Norma.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ash. Well, what I think is very clear and is very important to see how the kids and the youth are working. They are working. I think that doesn't matter the difference in backgrounds, in countries, in culture. Now they are thinking in the same way because they are suffering the same impacts like everyone. I think that before the young people was more attached to common things from their age, and not specifically to give us some solutions to big problems that we have around the world. That for me is very important to see that. And what I think also is that education, because they are talking about education, is a very important issue for them, and the responsibility that we have when we are in this kind of organizations is to give them these kind of tools that they need to improve everything what they are doing.
Right.
And other thing that is very important is that they want to keep together. They want to stay together. They want to be all the time taking, I don't know, a joker or an idea. What are you doing in that way? What we can do in another way. And that is very important.
Perfect.
Because normally you are isolated. Normally you are thinking in yourself and not in others, from others. Then to keep together in one way, for me, is also very important from them.
Super. I totally agree. And we got to keep together. And on to you, Komal. And then we've got one more thing. So we wrap it up because we've spilt a bit. So I think we lost Komal right there. Yeah. On to you, Komal. Thank you, Dr. Norma. Totally agree.
I would like to say that teaching is really important. And so through our education, through teachings, we can provide the awareness, and we have so many things to share. So I would like to tell you that be the voice and share your stories with everyone. And as you all are in your school, so you can connect with your friends, you can connect with your surroundings very easily, and you can reflect your ideas, you can share your thoughts, and you can tell them to join, because you are the future, we are the future of this world. And yes, as Camila mentioned that this is a global vision. If we have to come together to work on it, so that's all. And yes, for to protect our planet, we need to connect, and we need to see it as a global problem. Not it is my personal problem or your personal problem, it is our problem. So we really need to come together.
Thank you. Thank you. I love the thought. And I just want to say that we, building on that, that really the most important thing when we have a movements are about people coming together, sharing their stories. And that's where the connections are formed. And, if you think back 100 and 200, 300 years ago, moments when things really changed was when people got together and told stories. So I'm going to encourage you, each of you, keep talking, please. Do share your voices count. It is about today, it's about here and now. And let this energy and this moment be translated to something so positive that by the time we come out of this, we'll already be way ahead. And that's what we're here to do. I'm going to ask you to stay tuned, because we're going to, right after this, set up that group. We promised we would get this conversation going. And we're going to think about all the things that you guys talked about, planning what we're going to do next, coming together, hearing some more voices as we do it, and connect a whole lot with more people who come from similar heart, spirits, minds, so we can make this really the powerful movement. We're here to make it, and it's all about you guys. I just want you to know how proud I am, and we started out thinking about what makes us proud. So I just want to say this is a really proud moment. And with that, I'm going to drop a link in here, and if you don't mind just spending like 2 minutes, please, just reflecting and sharing your thoughts, which will just help us together strengthen what we're here to do. So with that, I just want to say a big thank you. I want to also ask Karina, please, over to you. But we're truly honored, we're humbled, we're privileged to be here together, and I can't wait to get started. Thank you.
Ash, so we're way over time, but we'll get the WhatsApp group going, and there are a number of actionable items that came out of the discussion, and we'll get working on those, and we're really excited. I think this summer is a great time to work together, because I think we're still going to be in a new normal, hopefully. Yeah. So it's a great time to take action and urgent action together. So thank you so much to all of you, and I look forward to staying connected. Thank you, Ash, and the POP team, for all your hard work and really being amazing at managing this digital meeting. I'm so impressed, and I apologize for my background noise.
No, it's great.
Thank you so much,
Karina.
everyone. Enjoy your weekend.
Basani,
Thank
Sam,
you.
Ben, Sasha, Olivia, Camila, Carol, Raul, Summer, Leonie, Vanessa, Norma G, all of you guys, Drisha, Komal, thrilled. See you guys soon. Thank you all so much again.
Thank you so much, Ash, and everyone. Thank you.
Absolutely fabulous.
Stay safe, everybody.
And sustainable.
Stay safe,
guys.
Okay,
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.